Good morning. What's up, guys? Hope we're all having a good one here thus far. Happy Pharaoh Friday. We have a whole lot of work to do to make up for yesterday's slow no trade stream. You are currently looking at a 5-minute chart here on the December Nasdaq futures contract. That, of course, is NQ. And in the spirit of Pharaoh Friday, we will be doing some giveaways here a little bit later today. So make sure you hit like on the stream. Let's get into it. We are 4 minutes, 20 seconds out from the close of this 5-minute bar. And we are sideways these last two 5-minute bars, which is actually rather surprising. I had my eye on this bar and this bar to see what we got as far as closes. They ended up giving us big old wicks back, upside bulls stepping in, buying it back up, especially this one, big old inside close. So now we have to see, do we end up with a trading range? And if we do, we'll have to trade the trading range. Hopefully we don't, and we can take some continuation trades and put some points up on the board early, unlike yesterday. Again, no trade days on stream for me are extraordinarily rare. They do not happen that often. So let's put up some points, see what we can get done here today. What do you guys say? Good morning, how we doing? Ben, Tony, Corey, good to see you guys. Giovanni Joe, good morning, brother. Steven, Kevin, how we doing? Good to see you guys. All right. Gaines, good to see you, big dog. Three minutes till the close here. And we'll see what we get, man. All right, Bears. Halfway through this 5-minute bar. Let's see what the Bears can do. Now, again, big concern on my end here, though doesn't mean I wouldn't take a trade on it. A concern of mine, or a thought, less than a concern. Nothing that happens in the market should ever be a concern. It should just be more interesting because it's more information to you, right? Don't let anything scare you. Just say, wow, that's interesting. This thing pumped 400 points. That hasn't happened in a while. Okay, how do I trade this? This is what I'm looking at. So if we do get a bear body, a single bear body closing like here, then it's decision time. Do we wait for another bear body to take continuation because the risk of the range is too high? My answer to that question is yes. So we're 95 seconds out from the close here, this 5-minute bar. Let's see if this trading range comes to fruition, and if it does, we'll have to keep an eye on that. It is plenty wide, maybe 35, 40 points wide, which is good. Yesterday we had a trading range that was maybe 20 points wide, lasted forever. Not for sale, guys. Not for sale. Maybe. Maybe someday. Derek, good morning. Taz, how we doing? All right, 27 seconds out here. Big ol' wicks. I don't imagine this is going to last all that long. We're going to get some kind of break. I don't care which direction it goes, as long as it goes. Gives us a couple of consecutive bars. Something to do. Now, range thus far on the day, we're looking at 117 points, which is, you know, it's not huge, but it's not 40, which is good. So let's see if we can wind up that range. Obviously, a big thing to consider is that the first move, I'd say at least half the time, maybe around half the time, you get a hard move right off the open of a session. Whether it's the New York session or the open of the new futures session in general at 6 o'clock Eastern time at night, right? It's kind of two opens during the day, I would say. And what's really common is you get a hard push right off the open, and about half the time, that hard push is just straight up the wrong direction. We saw that last night. If any of you guys traded the open last night of the night session, we saw a hard push. I forget which way it went first, but eventually, here. See this? This was the open of the night session last night. It hovered and then it went. And then here was the push and it went much higher. Right, so see how that, you know, we kind of hovered. Last night was a little weird, but it was a good example by the time we got to like 6:20 Eastern. It made a push down and then wrong way. This was the signal bar. I actually hit this bar and this bar, believe it or not. Which would have been a monster if you held it all night, which, you know, of course I didn't. All right, 3 minutes till the close. Come on, Bulls, see what they can get done. Let's get rid of this. We know that potential is there. Roy, good morning. Alex, how we doing? Cole, good to see you. All right, minute 35 out. Both sides are acting incredibly insecure right now. They are posted up in the corner. Let's see what they can get done. All right. "30 seconds out here. Let's see. Let's see. We're likely, very likely, to get an inside close here. And then from there, the next bar becomes pretty important if it winds up being a strong bull body. So here comes the rollover, 5 seconds. or 22 out. Come on, Bulls. Let's get something done here. All right, let's see. Let's see here if the Bulls can take this above not only the 20, but also the previous bar's wick high and give us a close. If they can, then we've got some thinking to do as far as getting long, but it would need to be a very specific look. I cannot have an inside close, and it would need to not be insecure. Not a big fan of these insecure bars. All right, halfway through this bar. Let's see. What's up, Plop? Good to see ya. One Eye, how we doing? Ed, good morning. Good to have you. All right, minute 5 out here. Let's see. Can somebody do something a little bit more definitive here? So we can break the ice here on the morning and get off to the races, off to work. You know, it's kind of interesting. This yesterday was just kind of a weird, bizarre day. In an otherwise pretty good market, the market has certainly not been bad. Volatility has been up. ATR here on the 5 minutes currently 27. I'll take 27. I'll take anything that's not 7. But yesterday was a little bit weird. We kind of ended up channel driven in a tight channel with decent ATR, but very wicky action for a good chunk of the mid-late morning. I don't think we're destined for that here again today. So let's break out, start getting some good trades on here. New 5-minute bar. All right, halfway through this 5-minute bar. We might get something here. Let's see if the bulls can actually crack it through the 20. Just to show you guys the 2-minute chart, this is what the 2-minute currently looks like. Essentially a look. But I still want to see if we can get a long setup, or a setup to the long side from the 5-minute here. Needs to be very, very definitive out of a close. We have 4 consecutive bull bodies, though they are, most of them, all 3 of these, quite ugly. Small, wicky. If this one ends up being clean, I'm not against putting it on with a stop limit buy. Not a limit order, stop limit buy. All right, 40 seconds. Come on, bulls. I can't see hardly any wick. Barely any wick, because we got that 20 and we got that little ascending channel that we're right near the top of. So I need to see a high level of confidence here out of the bulls. Let's see. All right, 15 seconds out. Gonna get the copy trader engaged. And we will likely have to get a stop limit buy ready. Get that up out of the way. I don't want any surprises. I don't like that wick. Horrible, ugly, disgusting wick. No trade, move on, next bar. That was very insecure out of the bulls. If we can get another bull body closing near the high, same idea applies. 4 minutes, 50 seconds out. There we go, bulls. That's what we like to see. 3 minutes, looking very promising here thus far out of this 5 minute. A lot can change. A lot can change in 3 minutes, but we're looking pretty damn good. I like that look a whole hell of a lot. Now, if we can just stay put, close pretty much at or very close to the wick high of this current bar without growing too much and without, of course, putting in too much of a wick on the close. We are happy campers with stop limit buys, or I guess I am a happy capper with a stop limit buy sitting as close to the top of that wick as I can possibly place it quickly. One tick, 2 ticks. "90 seconds. All right, bulls. Bulls, bulls, bulls. You're getting more and more insecure by the second. You got a minute 15. Time to work up the courage. Oh, you bulls. You ugly sons of bitches. 60 seconds. These bears are saying, I don't know. I don't know about that 50% retracement. I don't know about that 20 EMA. I don't know about ignoring that strong push shortly after the open. Let's see, bulls. 40 seconds. Ten seconds. I need to see quite the last second adjustment here. Garbage! Next bar. Let's see what we get. "4 minutes, can the bulls put together something half decent?" And if they can, all of a sudden we're sitting long. Bulls. Now or never, baby. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Give us a pop up through 25,130. Clean ass close near the top of the bar. Stop limit buy gets planted hard. Puts us long for a break. Maybe of high of day. Not sure we need quite that much. Depends on the size of the signal bar, but come on now. A lot of insecurity out of both sides here. A lot of inside closes thus far. They're going to fix this up. And when they do, we'll be ready. There we go. Take control, Bears. The Bulls don't want it. Minute 25. Let's see. Can we get a nice clean bear close? If we can. Things actually get pretty interesting. Then we have an option. We can put it on or we can wait for one more bar. In a lot of ways, I'd opt to put it on. Risk the signal bar and accept that probability is lower, reward to risk is higher because we're a little early, quote unquote, right? We could wait for one more confirmation bar, but this is the same setup mirrored. I made a video on it, but the wick on that doji bar is so big, I'd probably just risk the signal bar. Beautiful. Let's see here. $30 seconds. All right, 22 seconds out. Copy trader, ready to roll. Let's see. We have sad attempt at a bull push, whole lot of inside closes, big old bull doji. Now a relatively strong bear body. Need to see it close near the wick low of the bar within reason. Can't have a massive, tremendous wick. That is within reason. I'll put a stop limit sell and see if we get filled. We will. Suck risk back to the signal body. Pull that out a little bit, and we were sitting short off of one bar. Now, we could have waited for a second confirmation bar. You know, the way that the market's moving, I'll take the first one because I do think we're probably looking at a bigger trading range, and I want room. A second bear body down here would put a short down here. Yeah, we could look to take out some stops. I don't know if I'm sold on a breakout downside. I'm more sold on a trading range, which this aligns with. So, if the bulls pop it right back up, take out the signal body wick, or I guess the signal bar wick up here, cut it, move on. But I'll take that bet on that trading range right below there. I like this trade. Let's see if we can get a harder push. Reward to risk, pretty damn good on this trade, honestly. Probability is all right. Not huge on probability, but we make up for it on reward to risk. This is a math equation. Try to keep up. All right, Bears. Take it through now. Oh, you bulls. Oh, you bulls. Retest of the 20 right there. Yeah, bulls, you tried it once already. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on that. Tried it once already, too insecure to approach. Stayed posted up in the corner all night. Bears come in and take control. Fade this baby down. Bulls, I think, are we cooked? All right, let's see if the Bulls take out our signal bar wick. And if they do, we'll let the server side stop cut us and we'll move on. Yeah, Bulls trying. The Bulls do it to us? Yeah, I think they're probably going to pop it through. Probability says yes. Let's see if the Bears can hold them off. See, this right here is why I used the signal bar. Now, of course, could have also made sense of using this wick. I just chose to look at the math differently here. But see how the Bears are kind of trying to hold it off? Now, ultimately, can they? Probabilities say probably not. Bulls probably going to pop it through. But they got to work for it. So let them work. There we go. So Bulls, you gotta take it or what? All right, cut it. Moving on. Brand new 5-minute bar here, by the way. And there is nothing there. At least for me. So what I start thinking here is, are we actually just looking at either a sideways trading range now up here, or a steep, likely to be short-lived, this? When they're that steep, they don't last long. They're too aggressive. So let's see what we get. 4.5 minutes out. Oops, gotta update. Okay. All right, minute 30 out. And you can tell here, there's still a whole bunch of insecurity. I mean, you get this bare body. Bulls match it, plus some. And then here, no one knows what the hell to do. So we got to let someone take a tad of control. Just a bit. All right, new 5-minute bar here. There we go. Someone cannot be a little insecure here. Let it come to us. All right, quick break. Back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hey, hit like on the stream. Then we can give away some free shit here in a little while. Free accounts, Apex and Take Profit Trader. We'll go double or nothing and everything. So hit like so we can actually do that. All right, back in a couple. All right, welcome back. 3 minutes, 40 seconds out. Let's see what we get. Now, we have a whole lot of options. I'm thinking, hey, maybe a trading range. We could be in a scenario if we're able to make some kind of new high here to give me some more bull confidence. But I could be looking for any reason to get soft long in a soft bull channel. Or if we get a hard curl downside, then all of a sudden I'm looking to get hard short. So, yep, it's either going sideways, up, or down, baby. And we'll take it as it comes. 3 minutes out. This currently, we're looking at a 5-minute chart. All right, 2 minutes, 10 seconds out. So I was able to test the Apex payout speed again. Because remember a couple of days ago I said the speed, I think Apex is getting a lot quicker. I don't know if this is something they're intentionally working on. I'm sure they are. But I made 3 more requests the other day and they were approved. No bullshit. In the past, like if you look back, maybe like 6 months ago, it would take days. And now it's consistently taking like 1 to 2 days to get approved. And then you get the email that the money was sent like the same day or maybe the day after it gets approved. It's getting quicker over at Apex with payouts, which is good to see. Because that's a big part of the reason why I think people go to like other firms. Is because, you know, with Apex, sometimes it does take a little while to get the money. It can take a week once it's approved for the money to hit. That has not been my experience as of late. It's been so much faster. It's been a slow and steady progression, but it's been so much faster lately than it was, again, even just 6 months ago, which is crazy and a very good thing to see. All right, absolute wick nothing bar. So we'll go next bar here. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. All right, halfway through here, this 5-minute bar, 2 minutes, 20 seconds out. Let's see what we get. Niles, good morning. How we doing? All right, ATR on the 5-minute chart here, down to about 23.5, 24. Okay, so we're 37 seconds out, and right now we have 2 consecutive bull bodies. The previous one was very, very wicky, which leads me to think trading range. So let's see how this one closes up. If it does close inside where my cursor currently sits at 129, we're inside of that wick, still inside of that trading range. And even if we close outside of it, I would really like to see a second body. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of reason to bet breakout unless you're going low probability, super high reward to risk, which is okay. You can make the math work a million infinite different ways, which people don't seem to understand. Good close though out of the bulls. Still an inside bar though. So 4 minutes, 45 seconds out. See if we can get it. There we go, bulls. Take that baby through. All right, 3 minutes here. Let's see. The bulls can give us a half reasonable bull body and a clean close. Again, if they can, I'll be getting long with a stop limit buy above the close. Well, above the wick high of the close. 90 seconds. Let's see. Let's see if the Bulls can get this baby done. "30 seconds out. Gonna have to go ahead and get the copy trader engaged. Need to see a bit harder of a bull push. And then a reasonably clean close. Come on, Bulls. Take this a bit higher. That's a lot of insecurity that I do not want to see. I'll go ahead and get this ready. Okay. And the Bulls pop this a bit and then close up. That's above. I'm going to give that 15 seconds. Only 15 seconds. Not 30 because the quality is a little bit lower. So quick resolution. Choke this thing out. Give it almost no time to do what I want. And if it doesn't, slice it. Nope, not a chance. Pull the order. No trade, next bar. Now why? I'm sure you all know why at this point. Shrinking bull body, right? Barely closing outside of that previous bar right here. All right, 3 minutes. Good push, Bulls. Getting a little more confidence here. Let's see if they can maintain that for the next 3 minutes. Good push. All right, Bulls. What you got? Let's do it. 2 minutes, 15 seconds out. Are we going to be able to stop hunt these loser bears? Are we going to be able to do it to them? We got to see a nice clean close here out of the bulls before I join them. Let's see. You're sitting short. I'm coming for you. All right, 40 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. We have 4 consecutive bull bodies, 3 clean consecutive bull bodies. Need to see this bull body close up near the wick high. Keep that wick as small as possible. And let's see if we can stop hunt their stops. The loser bears who have their stops up near high of day. So I will get a stop limit buy order ready in just a second here. Okay, get that guy ready, see if we can get a nice clean close, and we will place it. They're pressing us. Boom! Slap it down there. We'll give that a full 30 seconds or so and see if we can get a nice fill here out of the bulls. Need reasonably quick resolution. Very high quality setup here for me. But still don't want to see that resolution taking out the previous bar's wick high take too long. 5 seconds. Can we get a fill? Bulls! No fill. Gotta pull it. No trade. No fill, no trade. That's called discipline and not being a bitch. It's saying, I really want to put a trade on board, man. This isn't for you, if that's your mentality here. 4 minutes, 10 seconds out. I still really have my eye on these stops. Oh, man. All right, little headline here. Likely the one that, that's all I'm seeing. Cause this little, volatility. 15 points, who cares? China pushes Trump to remove curbs as it dangles investment. You know, it is kind of interesting. You think the algos that make buy sell decisions based on headlines and just getting the news first. I mean, they must have a whole shitload of data, but how much data can you really get on headlines that don't fit a particular model? Like FOMC, the interest rate decision, we know the options there, right? But when you get a headline, it's random oftentimes. So it likely has to use some kind of AI model to determine what is that most likely, maybe 51% of the time, mean that the market's going to do instantly upon seeing the headline. And there's such a small sample size of headlines that tiny little edge, you can't imagine is making up even close to the majority of their profits. Almost certainly it's not, because they're taking many trades a day. So the headline algos are really interesting. They're almost just like crackheads. They see they see a headline, the algo makes a decision, flips out for half a second, and then immediately is like, okay, market's not doing anything, we'll calm down. It's unstable. It seemed like the headline algo model seems like kind of a model not worth pursuing when you could instead just take a million tiny little price action edge trades or spread edge trades, which is a mechanical edge in the market a day. Why even bother with the headline stuff is my thought. I think some of these firms have too much money to hire quants and too much time, too much office space. All right, 3 minutes, 45 seconds out. Now, right now, I'm kind of in the position, I'm looking for any reason to get long. Any reason, within reason, to get long. That doesn't mean just buy whenever, by the way. That means any reason to get long, I'm getting long. Halfway through this 5-minute bar, 2.5 minutes out. $90 seconds. All right, Bears. Come on now. If we can see the Bears take this baby, close it up as an outside bar. You think, oh, you're short that, right? Hell no. I would not short an outside bar in this move. I would buy the close of an outside bear bar. As long as it's above that 20. Not that I care about the 20, but it happens to be kind of in the same spot as that, 50-ish% retracement to the wick low of that obvious bull body. 50 seconds. All right, we're 30 seconds out. Gonna have to get the copy trader ready to rock. And if these bears, you see this? Right now, my mentality is, hey, any reason to get long, I'm getting long. Has to be a good reason. So, bears getting a little cocky. If we can close this below the wick low of that previous bear body, I will buy with a limit order. Let's see if the bears can get that done here. And they will not. No trade, next bar. Four minutes out. All right, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. And for me currently, which this can change relatively quickly, but for me right now, I'm looking for any reasonable reason to get long. Has to be a good reason. Two minutes. All right, ATR is about 20, which is a little low, but we can work with 20. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we're 36 seconds out here from the close of this 5-minute bar. Gonna go ahead and get the copy trader engaged. And you see how we have 3 consecutive bear bodies, but they all have wicks. Maybe with the exception of this one, we will find out in 22 seconds. However, we're inside this bigger, very obvious softening, but I wouldn't call it a soft bull channel. Now, if these 3 consecutive bars were stronger, closing beneath this wick low, you're right, I'd be thinking about getting short. In this case, coming right into the 20, with this I can use to manage risk. I'm going to buy that with a limit order on the rollover. Limit order out, no fill! There we go. We will get a fill, suck risk up, go ahead and risk this guy here, and bring this guy up, and see if that falls right through, takes us out, or if we maintain that soft bull channel, which is what my bet is. Goodness, bears, what are you doing? Ow, I like the trade. Let's see if we get mauled over here real quick. All right, bulls. There you go. Step on in. And take this baby back up into a soft bull channel. ATR 20.6. So you see how the bears take out that 20, you may immediately get a bit cocky. Bulls step in and say, I don't know about that. So let's see if it works out for us here. All right, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left here on this 5-minute bar. All right, ATR holding just above 20, which is good. Now let's see if the bears end up curling this baby. I just can't buy it quite yet. It's going to take more than that out of the bears to sell me on a big old curl. Which actually, you know, later on in the day, you might be able to argue that this is just one giant trading range. Still looks to me like a soft bull channel. So let's let the bears have their day in the sun, their 5-minute bar in the sun, and then bulls step in, turn this baby around. Soft bull channel it is. Well, we are back to break even on the trade here. New 5-minute bar. That little doji bear body is going to close with a tremendous, massive wick. Bearish trying it once again here. Gotta make him work for it. Gotta make him work for it. Again, I'm not sold until they take out that wick low, which is where my server side stop currently sits. All right, bulls, lots of work to do. Finally bringing us into the idea, huh? All right, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left here on this 5-minute bar. Let's see. Again, lots of work to do here out of the bulls. All right, 2 minutes out from a new 5-minute bar. Bulls, whole lot of work to do, man. All right, new 5-minute bar. You know, not the greatest close that you want to see out of the bulls, but I guess, you know, we'll take it. All right, looking to get at least 1 R. Not 1 ATR necessarily, 1 R, which is better than 1 ATR. Out of this trade, which puts us coming into that recent top curl. Not the high of day, but the recent curl. So still a lot of work to do out here out of the bulls. See if they can get that done. HR now 19. Well, I mean, we've been better than halfway thus far. Again, a lot of distance yet here to travel. But that's all right. Give it time. Let it work. All right, get ready here. Finger on the trigger. See if we can get a full R, if not a little bit better. All right, bulls. Bit more of a pop. 55 seconds left. You're on this 5-minute bar. And we'll have to see if we need to make a stop adjustment depending how this bar closes. Of course, you will see if we do. All right, let's see how this closes. Okay, we will have to make a stop adjustment, bring it up under that signal body, which essentially, that's not me moving to break even. It just happens to look pretty close to break even. It's not intentional, it's a coincidence. Let's see if we can pop up and get our full 21, 22 plus points for this trade to make mathematical sense here for me. All right, Bulls, give us that little pop. Boom, 22 points. We got it. Good. Good trade. All right, let's move on. That's number 2 of the day. 3 minutes, 18 seconds out. Roy says, Nico, does moving your stop up like that affect Apex's 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio? It has not caused me any issues. I will let you know if it does. I would not do that consistently because Apex cares about if you're doing it consistently. If it happens every once in a while, because coincidentally that's, the signal bar happened to be right above break even. I've warned against doing that too often in the past. If it's coincidental and it's not a consistent method of trading, it just happens to be what happened on that particular trade. No one's cared for me. In fact, I bet they look at it as responsible trading. If it does cause a problem, I'll let you know. And we can make an adjustment for prop. But to me, if there's a decision bar, you guys see me do this all the time, while I'm in a trade that goes against my trade, I cut it early. If there is a decision bar while I'm in a trade that goes with my trade, I'll move my stop up below that signal bar, no matter where it is. Devout, my first win. 1 micro, got the bottom of that very bottom wick. 94 bucks. Devout, first of many, brother. Good work. Now it's business as usual from here on out. Good job. Yeah, Chris, Apex, they just don't want you... They don't want you risking 100 points to make 2 points with some kind of like algo or something. That's why the 1 to 5 or worse reward to risk rule is in place. If it's business as usual, it coincidentally happens, you move your stop based on a very specific rule that you can explain to them, they shouldn't have issues. And again, if they do, I'm not an Apex rep, obviously. I can't control if some rep comes and says, hey, you can't do that shit. And if they do, I'll explain to them what I'm doing. And if they say, nope, can't do that, I'll come and say, hey, we got to make an adjustment. But haven't had any issues. All right, 3 minutes, 45 seconds out. All right, 2 minutes, 10 seconds out here. Let's see what we get as far as a close. $18 seconds. Gonna go ahead and get the copy trader engaged. And let's see. Can we get a bull close above that previous bar's wick high? That is the decision maker here. Gotta see a close above 52. No close. No order, no trade. Next bar here. right, 3 minutes out. By the way, heads up, guys, daily payouts over at Take Profit Trader, they are currently 40% off, and you won't pay an activation fee. The activation fee is $130. If you use code BIG, they wipe it, and they give you 40% off the rip. So go hit Take Profit Trader code BIG, B-I-G. All right, minute 40 out. Roy, is it time to go hunting? Maybe. Do we get a bull body that closes above these nice wicks near the wick high of this bar? If so, then yes, it's time to go hunting. If not, no, it is not. This bull channel looks to be softening up a little bit the higher we go within the day's range. So all relies on the close up of this bar. 40 seconds out. All right. Small little bear body on this close here. So we'll go next bar, 5 minutes out. Listen, guys, if you haven't hit like yet, hit like so we can give away some free accounts here in a little while. Do that. I expect that done. When I return, couple minutes, be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. We are 30 seconds out here from the close of this 5-minute bar. Let's see what we get. Bulls trying to put something together here. That last bar turned into very much so a doji with quite the downside wick. So let's see if the Bulls can close this up half reasonably. All right, let's take a poll in the chat. Just write out your response. Bull break of Hive Day or bear curl back downside to backfill the entire day's range in the next hour. I want to get as big of a sample size as we can. So you better come up with an answer. Bull break, bear curl. Bull break. What are we thinking? All right, we got bull, bear, bull, bear, bull, 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 bear. Bear. Bear, bear, bear. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's about right. Getting a lot of bears coming in now, actually. Man, we are a mixed bag here today. All right, well, let's see what we get. This bull, little soft bull channel seems to be softening even more. We may end up seeing a range first. Man, we've got to be straight up 50-50. All right, new 5-minute bar coming here. This is the largest bar we've seen, and I'd say at least the last 30 minutes. Just put in by the Bears. So now we got to see, can the Bears continue that little attitude with another bigger bear body closing near the low? If we get that and the bear body happens to be growing, I'll short it with a stop limit sell. But this is going to take a lot of work out of the Bears to get me to do that during the next 4.5 minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin absolutely pumping during the last 2 hours. If you own some Bitcoin, might want to take a look. All right, Bears. That right there is a half decent look out of you. Let's keep that up. 3 minutes here left on this 5-minute bar. The more aggressive, but within reason, this bear body can get, the more probable it is that I put out a stop limit sell and give up on the soft bull channel. But if it were to close like this, not a chance. No. All right, minute 10 out. Bears couldn't put it together. They're not ready to break this soft little bull channel yet, so let's see if the bulls are able to put in, well, I guess anything of interest. This right here would be an inside bar, so let's find out. 50 seconds. By the way, I still am interested in trying to stop hunt that high a day. Not with an extremely soft channel, though. I would need to see a bit more of an aggressive bull sequence, and then I'd toss it on. All right, 3 minutes, 10 seconds out here. Right now, to me, this looks like a channel, which means we got to let this thing break. I need 2 consecutive bodies. And ideally, in a situation like this, I'd like them to be growing and clean. And if we could do that, all of a sudden we got a trade on our hands. Number 3. For anyone new here, we are looking at a 5-minute chart currently on NQ. If we ever switch over to a 2, I will of course tell you that. But right now we are on a 5-minute. "90 seconds out. Candle guy, my first Apex pass ever. Very good work. Funded by Monday, baby. Good job. All right, 25 seconds left here on this 5-minute bar. Let's see how they close this guy up. Doji, new bar. Tom was able to take payouts every day this week. We'll take another on Monday now on Take Profit Trader. Again, Take Profit Trader daily payouts, baby. Very good job, Tom. For the people who have not ever experienced this, which is probably the majority of you guys watching right now, statistically, would you guys in the chat who have taken payouts please explain how good it feels to have money that you made trading hit your bank account? We all know, like, it's real, we get it, right? But it reaffirms in a different way when it actually hits the account. You're like, shit, this was from participating on the greatest financial playing field on Earth. and it's here, and I can use it to buy groceries or pay my rent or buy a car or do whatever the hell you want. Pay taxes. It changes, I think, your outlook on things when you have that morning. You check the account and you have trading money in it for the first time ever. It changes your outlook on this. It becomes less of a game. You enjoy it more, but it also becomes more serious because you see the potential in a different light now because it's real. And you pay a bill with it and you're like, shit, that feels good. All right, about halfway through this 5-minute bar, 2 minutes, 45 seconds out. All right, 2 minutes here. Just requested my first payout, got it accepted. The feeling is insane. Very good work. Very good work. First of many. All right, 45 seconds out. Let's see if the Bears can do something here. Twenty seconds. All right, new bar here. Let's see. Can the Bears put something together? If they can, we got a stop limit sell ready to punish those bulls. Let's see if the Bears can put a nice, at least moderately sized, maybe equal to the last bar, maybe a little bit bigger. Bear body, close it up near the wick low, and give us a little opportunity here. All right, we got about 3 minutes left here. Come on, Bears. See if they can get it done. All right, 2 minutes. Bears, gonna need to see you guys put in quite a bit more work here in the next minute 50. And if you can, I've got a stop limit sell for you. All teed up. "30 seconds. Copy trader engaged. Let's see. Can these bears put in a nice clean close? If they can, I will. Have a stop limit sell all teed up. Come on, bears. 8 seconds. There's my stop limit sell. Get that guy ready. Bit of a wick. I'll give it 15 seconds. My absolute minimum. Quality on that trade is not tremendous. 15 seconds. If we don't get a fill in 15 seconds, we don't get quick enough resolution, I pull it, and I'm brutal with it. No fill, no trade. Next bar. Too slow, bears. Not enough confidence. I will not be a part of you here on that bar. All right, 3 minutes, 40 seconds out. Let's see here. All right, Bears. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. 3 minutes. Not much, apparently. Oh, Danny, this is my kind of question, big dog. Take your chances against a 10-foot Bigfoot or a short-dated, way out of the money option trade right before earnings. Well, if I'm going far out of the money, short-dated, right before earnings, a stop is relatively useless anyway. A 10-footer? Thing's gotta be 1,000 pounds. Son of a bitch, give me the Tesla call. Give me the Tesla call. Versus a 10-foot, 1,000-pounder? I don't know. I think you're fucked either way. But we'll take the NVIDIA calls. They're cheap. Far out of the money, they're cheap anyway. All right, 25 seconds out here. All right, big old doji closed their new 5-minute bar. Francesco, let me put something on for you, you special little guy. Just to entertain Francesco, let's put something that's not there on. All right, we got 3 minutes, 55 seconds out. Bears trying to put something in. All right, we're halfway through this 5-minute bar. 2 minutes, 20 seconds out. The Bears have tried twice. They haven't been able to take us down lower and give us a clean close. We got a shrinking bear body on this sequence. Had this been a growing bear body, I'd have put it on, look to take out these little curls. You know that there's a few stops at each checkpoint, right? Bulls put in a little doji here. We have a minute 55. See if the Bears can do something a little more definitive. And if they can, I'm open to it, though I would prefer a consecutive sequence. Well, let's see. Minute 40. Christian, how we doing, brother? Good to see you. All right, we're 56 seconds out till the close. Let's see. Always got to be ready for a last-second adjustment just in case it happens. Let's see if we get it. Chris, great day today. Love to hear it. Good work. 18 seconds. Let's see. So you're ready for a last second adjustment just in case. Two consecutive big wiki doji bars. New bar here. 5 minutes. All right, 1 second. Back in 90 seconds. All right, welcome back. Minute 45 out. Whole bunch of dojis. Someone's gonna do something here. We gotta be ready when they do. "60 seconds. Any of you guys sitting in something right now? Man, we've got to have a mixed bag, because I know some of you guys, and both of you have a point as long as you took a reasonable entry. Some of you guys are looking at this and you're sitting long, correct? I mean, quite obviously. And some of you guys probably shorted this bar, even though I didn't get follow through quick enough to, it was, you know, lower quality setup, so I gave it only 15 seconds. We've got to have a mixed bag. DB, long 4NQs, pursuit short. All right, new 5-minute bar. There it is, Bears. Finally getting something done for us here. Now, if anyone was sitting long, they're definitely not going to admit it now. All right, good bear body here. Let's see. Let's see. Beautiful. If the Bears can hold this guy up. Kind of an outsized bar, but not unreasonable. Realistically, currently sitting only at about, 25-ish points in terms of range. Now it's getting a little more unreasonable. There you go, Bears. Finally getting something done here. Let's see. Now we're going to have a whole bunch of people flood the chat saying, I've been short, as they waited to see if they were correct before saying anything. I know how we operate. All right, 3.5 minutes. Big ol' outsized bar. Range on this bar currently about 35 points. Ooh, now we gotta start thinking. Because we may have a stop hunt opportunity coming up here down at about 25.50. We're heading back to... I mean, I don't want to speak so soon. I'm just asking, do you guys think we're heading back to 25K today? Or are we just looking at a big intraday trading range and we'll bounce around 25.50? Something to think about. 2 minutes, 40 seconds out. Man, what a move here. Very good for ATR. This is going to drag volatility up a tad, which we need. ATR currently at 17, 18 now. Big ol' outsized bar. My cursor is the low of day. We got 2 minutes, 12 seconds left on this baby. Are they going to take it out on this bar, man? Let's see. Crazy move here out of the Bears. Oh my goodness. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Coming in for a test of low of day. Do they take it out? Let's see. They took it out. Now bulls are going to try to step in. Now let's see if they can hold it. There you go. There's about the 10-point wick back very quickly. Let's see. 15-point wick back. Bulls stepping in, trying to buy low of day. Not something I would do. Let's see. Here we are, low a day. Keep pushing. There we go, Bears. Take it to them. Man, those bulls are hurting. They're hurting. Gotta love it. Part of the game, man. Taking out these low a days over and over and over. Let this bar close up and clean up, baby. This bar here, we're looking at a range. Damn near 90 points here on this bar. Range of the previous bar was about 15. Crazy. Pursuit. Shorted that baby for 100 points. Let's go, big dog. Now, as far as news headlines, I mean, nothing immediately coming through. All I'm seeing is the rig count that hit at noon Central. All right, newish 5-minute bar here. Let's see. We're gonna need more information after that, baby. Gotta be selective here now. I get it. When it's moving, it's very, very tempting. Unless it fits your setup, there's nothing you can do. But if it fits, gotta slap it. Can't be scared. But if it's too hard to manage risk within reason, then it doesn't fit the plan, right? Don't feel bad about that. You're doing your job. So, 3 minutes, 50 seconds out. Let's see. We took out low a day hard, by the way. This was the previous low a day here at 51. Interestingly, that last bar, the Bears closed it at the low a day, which is super interesting. It does show a tad of hesitation. I don't even want to say hesitation, but it shows a tad of hesitation out of the Bears that this 5-minute bar closed at the previous low a day. At least New York session. So it's not all confidence, but here we go. 3 minutes, 15 seconds out here on this 5-minute bar. Whole lot of evals just got passed. Whole lot of accounts just got blown, baby. Loving it. $240 out. So, those of you guys that bet Bears, back on our in-chat poll, I said, back here, we're going to break higher and take out the high a day, or are we going to get an aggressive curl, maybe backfill the rest of the range, head down toward the lows? We were 50-50 split right down the middle. Bears, congrats. What a bar, man. Gotta love it. All right, minute 50 here on this 5-minute bar. Pursuit! Go get that shit, big dog. Nice short. And now, as far as catalysts, I mean, listen, guys, we had the oil rig count at noon. We have a press briefing at the White House going on, but no like blaring headlines, at least that I'm getting through the wire. Hey guys, seriously, if you haven't yet, please hit like on the stream. Helps out tremendously, first of all, but if we hit our goal here, then we can give away some free stuff. We're going to give away an any size Apex eval for free, of course. And we'll give away a free 50K take profit trader test. But we got to hit that goal. We're not doing it if we don't hit the goal. Gotta stay true to the word. Otherwise, what does it mean, man? So let's do it. All right. Small bull body on that last 5-minute bar. Let's see. Let's see what we end up with. If we end up with a nice clean bull body, we may have something here. Roy passed 2 Apex evals with the downturn. Bought another using code BIG. Roy got 80% off. Single day to pass. Though you don't have to pass in one day. It means you can, but you don't have to. And $85 lifetime activation instead of 140 bucks. Great deal being run at Apex right now. Man, I know we have a whole bunch of experiences that were just had that have not been shared in the chat. If you would like to, we'd love to hear it. That was quite the move. Good or bad, man. It's part of the game. But this is why we use server-side stops. All right, 2.5 minutes out from the close of this 5-minute bar. Let's see what we get. All right, we've got minute 50. The look is lining up a little bizarre, depending how this closes up. The signal bar is large. It's currently a little over 40 points in size. And back to the 20 EMA, which was previously respected for about 20 minutes. Realistically, that's going to be, you know, I mean, you're looking at 20 points. Yeah, it's tough to make sense, logical sense of a trade there. Let's see how it closes. And of course, here, for me, a little early. It's volatile. We love it. ATR back up to 25.7. Previously, we were sitting at like 15, 16. Now let's just see what the price action presents, and we'll slap something on when it comes. Okay, I think now is about time to take the in-chat poll. Just write your answer in chat. Yes or no? Are we seeing below 25,000 today? Are we seeing below 25,000 today? Yes or no? Yes, 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 yes. No. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, goodness. We're bearish in the chat, baby. Let's find out. They're stepping back in. Let's see how they close this baby up. "25 seconds. Now there's a big risk of a trading range here. Just a heads up. Yeah, I mean, that new level is so new. How many stops are really down there as well? It's tough to make sense of. 35-point bar. Do we see sub 25K? The chat thinks we do. Damn near 75% of you think we do. All right, less than 4 minutes here. Ooh, we've got a bet for 24.9. We've got a bet for 25.1. Is 25K in play? Three minutes here. Do we get out of the bears? Again, big risk of a trading range, but we know 25K might be on the menu here. So we gotta see if that gets tested. Honestly, I think this is a pretty big bar. This bar and then rolling over into the next bar, depending how this one closes up. This is a pretty big bar. It's gonna tell us. Interesting. Then bulls right now betting on a trading range. Pretty wide one, 60 points plus. Halfway through this bar. Minute 50 out. Bulls step it in. Here we go, Bears. You see what I mean? All this hesitation's got me thinking, hey, this might just range, man. This might just range. Test to 25K would not be surprising at all, though. From there, then the question is, do we bounce right back up in range? Or do we break and keep going? That is the less probable scenario. Though if that does happen, we can make a whole bunch of money trading that trend. So let's see. By the way, on the daily chart, we are currently looking at the first red bar in the last 6 trading days. It's not tremendously red, but it's red. New 5-minute bar incoming. Darth Apex. Is 80% off really worth their carnival rules? I guess if the conditions are perfect, yes. Worth it for me, man. I don't think the rules are that crazy. I think they're kind of reasonable, actually. You want the potential upside for minimal risk? The risk of the activation fee, which is 85 bucks instead of 140 when you use code BIG. And the eval cost, which is tremendously cheap at 80% off. And you got to deal with a couple of rules. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The numbers look tremendous at 80% off with the deal they're running right now. All right, Bears, it's 25K on the menu, man. Let's see. It's only 35 points away. That's right, DB, they do pay. But if you are on the fence about Apex, maybe you won't have to use code BIG if you win the giveaway. Like the stream, man. Let's give away some free accounts. What do you say? Unless you guys don't like free. I like free. 2 minutes, 20 seconds out. All right. You know the Bears won it. Let's give the Bears 25K. And then maybe these Bulls can step back in. 25 points away. Minute 45 left on this 5-minute bar. $60 seconds. Bulls try to step in. They're protecting 25 with their life, man. They're laying it down. How many Bulls you think have stops at 24,999? Probably thousands. Those Bulls are protecting it heavy, though. All right. New 5-minute bar in 5 seconds. Inside close on that last bar. Oh, I'd love to short it, but that's not an entry for me. We might get one on this next bar unless they just go ahead and take out 25. They take out 25, it's time to relook, reassess. Bulls trying to step in, protect. 25. They're not going down without a fight, I don't think. Let's see. Well, ATR creeping up, man. We're back up to almost 28. We were down to 15, 16 for a little bit. Yeah, it's the lowest we've had all day. It was 15, maybe 16. Back up to 28 on the ATR here on the 5-minute chart. Big old bull body. Gotta be careful of the little descending bear channel. "30 seconds. Big ol' wick. New 5-minute bar here. Big ol' wick. All right, guys. I'm out of here off to lunch. Hey, decent little Pharaoh Friday. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back, of course, for big ol' Midas Monday. More opportunity for giveaways. Don't worry about it. We will go Apex and Take Profit Trader for Midas Monday here. Account giveaways on Monday. So, like the stream on the way out, so it gets recommended Monday morning. We'll be back doing the same thing here. And I'll see you guys then. Hey, my weekly Friday rant. Please do your job this weekend. What is your job? Is your job to sit and shake while you wait for Sunday night futures open? No, your job is to rest up mentally, whatever that means for you. Look at some data maybe for an hour or two tomorrow or Sunday. Rest up and make sure you're mentally fresh for Monday when we have the real work to do. Okay, get yourself some mental capital leverage coming into next week. It gets drained throughout the week, whether you realize it or not. All right, guys. Subscribe. See you Monday morning. Right back here. Back at it again, baby. Have a good afternoon. And a good weekend, man. Rest up. Do your job. No shaking. See you guys soon.